answering your questions in the exact order I read them in. This is Tell It to Someone. First question is from Joe Freddy. Why is there a cheesy aroma down here in the question asking place? Well, you've been eating cheese, haven't you? Otherwise, I've been putting my cheese doodles down there, or cheezels, or cheese flavoured Doritos, or something like that. And it's a more pleasant aroma than what is usually like down there. So be thankful, I think. Next question. How did you do that thing with your finger? Are you God? Well, yes, I am, but that's two questions. So I've got to actually work out what actual thing that I did with my finger last week. Right. So it's that thing. Right. So look, I'm not going. A good magician does not show you how they did those things. So I can't show you how I did this. I can't show you how I did this. In fact, if you ask me again, I'll give you one of these. See? Or one of these. If you do it, if you ask me that again, because I'm not answering how I did that. No, bad, down. Great Fish asks the next question. I keep floating for no apparent reason. Is there a way to stop myself floating, or is gravity a lie? Well, of course, yes. Yes, gravity is a lie, but no. No, it's really, really simple. You are a fish, and you are floating there because you are not an axolotl. And your fish tank, well, it's got a floor on it. The floor is only meant for axolotls and sea snails and stuff. So you've got to just accept the fact that you are a fish and not an axolotl or a sea snail. And if you are floating upside down, that's an additional problem. And rest in peace. We will miss you, Great Fish. Next question is from Serious Mind. If you were to have a cool sign-off, what would it be? Well, I mean, if I had a cool sign-off, if I knew a cool sign-off, I would have one. But I don't have a cool sign-off. That's why I don't have a cool sign-off. See? I can't. I just couldn't think of one at the time, and it's just stuck like that. I just can't think of a cool sign-off for me to have, so I don't have one. So you see how it's completely impossible for me to have one now, for me to tell you one even. So you'd have to find one for yourself. I'm sorry about this. I'm really sorry. My limitations are limited. Next question is from Serious Mind again. Is rock so powerful that it can create a god it cannot lift? Well, look. I've seen rock gods. I've met none of them, and all rock gods have been lifted by the rock, and some rock gods are really big, like Meatloaf, who was really big, and once rock failed to lift that god. I'm just saying, look up Meatloaf and I think it was Hey Hey It's Saturday, Paradise by the Dashboard Light, and he really did fail to lift, and he forgot all the lyrics because it was the first time he was performing it live. That's what I'm saying. It failed once. So yes. Next question, as the rain commences, is how many Hitler memes does it take to receive a Facebook suspension? 9! That's German for no. Hitler said the word 9 a lot of times. So 9! It has to be said in that voice because, you know, it's Hitler and he liked to scream for some reason. Possibly because the Russians were coming. Next question is from Empirical Mind. How many tips Do you have any tips for improving body and mind? Well, you are a mind, an empirical one, so I think you might want to be more empirical about it, and you'll have to try some for yourself. But I don't have any way of improving body. Look at this. I mean, look at this. Light comes on cue. I like it. Accidentally. Anyway, how can I improve on this? I mean, I don't know how I can. If you could tell me, then I would appreciate it, because at the moment there's a light shining in my face. So I don't know. I don't know how to improve. I mean, I suggest I might want to go walking, but this is how to improve your body and not mine. And your mind is already rather empirical, so I can't do that. So, in short, start, you play Pokemon Go. That'll get you walking a bit. And stuff. I play Pokemon Go sometimes. So, next question is from Jonathan Stern. When will the procrastinators of the world unite? Well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you later. Tell you later. I mean, no hurry. No hurry at all. Bobby in asks, why would anybody go to the UK? Aussies are much better to listen to. Do Aussies have a southern accent deluxe? Americans like to listen to Aussies. Brits not so much. Well, of course, what you've got here is a bit of the listening to accents thing, which I don't know there is a name for, if there's a name for it at all. So, what I suggest is that you listen to all of my videos while watching them, and maybe you will find out one day why that is. And with regard to visiting Britain, well, I did visit Britain once. I ended up being covered in boils, but that was only once, and they fumigated the backpackers hostel. And I also lost a lot of weight because British food is terrible. So maybe, well, it wasn't terrible, but I didn't want to eat too much of it. So you would want to go to London or Britain in order to lose some weight. I'm not saying that you should lose some weight, but generally, if you want to lose some weight, then you, meaning collective you, not specific you, or yous, as some people would say, or y'all, might want to go to Britain, possibly. I'm not saying that because of the food. Partially. Last question for today is, exactly what is a racehorse? If I had one, I would name him George, and I would hug him and pet him and squeeze him. Right, okay. So, what exactly is a racehorse? Well, I could say, but it would be racist. It's a special breed of horse that is supposed to be only for racing. Well, I mean, you can use it for other things, like, walking through crowds with a policeman on his back, or her back. I mean, it's not gender specific, of course. Or you can put them in dog food, I think. Possibly in dog food if they don't win some races, because they're very, very expensive to keep and to have and to own and to hug and to pet and to race. Or what you could do is you could take two horses that look alike, and first you work out which one is like more faster than the other, and then you race one, and the slower one, and you keep on racing that one, and then you swap them over, and then you put money on the one that is now faster than the previous one, and you win a lot of money, apparently. I didn't do that. I didn't do that at all. No. No, I actually didn't. That's why I'm still poor. Because I didn't swap my racehorses over. And, you know, I lost all my money because I kept on, like, feeding a racehorse, well, 2 racehorses, and didn't actually fix any races. Because that's how you lose money. By owning horses and racing them and not actually winning or fixing races or whatever. I didn't do it. That's it for Tell It Someone for this week. If you would like to ask a question, then a question asking place is down there. There's also a dovetail question over here somewhere, which has been up for a little while now, and it's worth answering. It's even cheese scented, like, well, it's yellow. It's yellow, therefore it's scented like cheese. For reasons that are non-specific and vague. Yeah, well, you need some synesthesia. You need some synesthesia for it to smell like cheese or to taste like cheese. But if you are synesthesiac, please tell me what cheese it is. Because I need content for next week, and without content for next week, there's no video next week because it'd just be me standing in a park, not yelling at a camera, and that's just frightening. I'm dangerously talented, and I don't have a cool sign-off.